Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we're going to be featuring some gameplay of the ever-popular Item Sorcerer deck. And I guess I can't really say it's ever popular because the popularity has sort of waned of the popularity of the deck has sort of waned since the introduction of the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood expansion. Probably because the deck doesn't really have any of the flashy new cards in it, but that's one reason I did want to feature it today, just to sort of show you guys that there are decks out there that don't really require many of the new cards. We do in fact have 2 copies of the Palace Conspirator, which is in our opener. I don't think this is central to the strategy or the core of the deck at all. I just personally believe that it's a welcome inclusion because the deck can sort of get awkward draws sometimes. First we have to mulligan. I think I'll be shipping Gardener, keeping the Conspirator, and keeping the plate. This seems fine with me. Want the card draw against Scout. I think it's probably a Ramp or a Slay Scout. But yeah, just because of the nature of the deck getting some awkward draws, being, kind of combo reliant, even though it's not really a combo deck, I figured the Conspirator would be a welcome inclusion. I actually had a lot of success with this deck when I played it on stream just a couple days after the expansion to test it out. This very version went 10-0, beat up on a lot of different decks, including a lot of the control decks that are pretty popular right now, a lot of Scouts, a lot of Warriors. Trying to replicate some of that success in today's video, although the metagame has sped up a little bit. As one might expect, people are starting to try to beat those decks instead of, join them. I think we just play the Blacksmith here, go for Plate next turn with Conspirator or Young Mammoth, whatever we want to do. Thinking it's probably just going to be the Mammoth, which makes me kind of want to play Conspirator this turn. We're unlikely to get this card's effect regardless. Next turn, if we're just going to commit to the Mammoth, let's go for Conspirator first. Let's discard the Mace here. The Mace is a powerful card, but Conspirator can, help us dump those into the discard pile, and we can get them back with Master of Arms, not actually having to play them in the first place. That's one of the benefits of the card in this deck, while filtering through our deck. We have the Mammoth, looking like the play for this coming turn, either one that we want, and then I think Blacksmith double plate. Seems like it's a good follow-up to the Mammoth. So let's attack. Let's go ahead and play a Mammoth in the right. Kill that basically for free, I think. Might as well if we have the ability to. Still unclear whether or not our opponent is a Ramp Scout or a Slay Scout, and as I said it, the question becomes answered. Hissgrove is a very, it's totally fine play for us to see this turn. Means he's not really developing anything onto the board, and we can double Blacksmith and then play double Plate for free. So I think, yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to get all the attacks in first just to make sure we don't hit an unwelcome prophecy, and we don't. Now this is susceptible to Crushing Blow at the moment, but it's also susceptible to Leaf Lurker, so I think we're just going to play a Plate apiece on the Blacksmith so we can develop them both in this lane. Seems good to me. A very powerful turn compared to his basically blank turn. And we can go Young Mammoth and Tome next turn, because these are very difficult to deal with right now, and I don't think he really wants to use Shadow and Priest on one, but it might be his only option. But yeah, you might have seen, if you've watched my stream a lot in the past, I've played a good amount of this deck, and the plates have come in and out. I do think they're valuable right now, in addition to the Supreme Atromancers, which have also come in and out. These are mostly text to sort of give a nod to the slow decks that are being played from the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood. A lot of control warriors with Unstoppable Rage, a good amount of slow scout decks, as we are seeing an example of right now. So we are going to be losing something, it looks like, to one of these lethals. We can only Wardcrafter up something on one side. Tome is good, but doesn't seem particularly necessary right here. This is still weak to Leaf Lurker, so I say we just trade it in. It's unclear whether or not he's even playing Leaf Lurker. A lot of them have been cut from a lot of builds. But these cards are very valuable for us, obviously. I do want to just play Wardcraft or Mammoth this turn, I think. Continue developing on the board. Next turn we could go Tome Bolt if both of these survive. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. Wardcrafter one of these, trade in, deal the damage, and Mammoth in the right. Seems good for me. He's on 6. Still a lot of pressure for him to stare down as Scout. Scout traditionally does not have many ways to deal with a wide board without the likes of Red Brahmin or Odaving, both of which are unplayable for him right now unless he were to have reduced one off of the Thieves Guild. Red Brahmin, that is, ring into that for 7 instead of 9. Another Hist Grove, a welcome sight for me again. 2-5 is a little bit annoying here, nothing we can't handle though. I say we tome first and see where that takes us. Now we could tome on the 2-1 to just sort of split the power, not let it be weak to Murkwater Witch. I like it. He could actually play a raw Red Brahmin next turn, which is a little frightening. But I still want to get this tome. We don't have a whole lot else to do here. Alright, so let's use a... Yeah, let's use the 4-3 and the 2-6 to just kill this 2-5. And I think I'm going to go all in and push a lot of damage here. I think I'm just going to use this mace now for the +2. Put it over here, so if he does have Red Brahmin, which is his best card here, it's a less threatening out, basically. Smack, smack, smack. He still hasn't hit any prophecies, so good for us. And let's just play Harpy over here as well. Again, just hedging against the Red Brahmin. I don't think there's a whole lot he can do here. But, you know, there could be a combination of cards that means the Harpy, the extra 2 damage put on board by the Harpy could give us the lethal. We do have Lightning Bolt in our hand. Unfortunately, we're not getting... Oh, I guess we are seeing some item combos. When you think of Item Sorcerer, you think of cards like Gardener of Swords and Master of Arms. You don't necessarily think about the combos Skilled Blacksmith enables. But we're seeing a good amount of them right now. It does look like we have lethal. There's Gardener of Swords right in time to do absolutely nothing. So, best way to trade into this would probably be 2-2-2. Just for the sake of keeping things alive. Keeping our 4-1 alive. 4, 5, 6, just in case there was a prophecy that gave him some help here. And we got him. Alright, let's see if we can keep the train rolling. So for those of you who don't know, I mentioned this on stream recently, but it does seem like the legend ranks have, not to go too far off topic or anything, because I don't really talk too much about the ranks. Obviously the focus of the videos and my channel in general is, you know, the gameplay, improving, all that good stuff, trying to play the best we can, having some fun games of Legends while doing so, but it looks like the legend ranks, they sort of fixed the MMR that's attached to them or something, making it not only very difficult to lose ranks when you lose, but very difficult to gain ranks when you win. It takes quite a bit of losing in a row to really see a difference, or quite a bit of winning in a row as well. Now, whether that's a result of new players or something like that, I'm not totally sure. I think I keep Mammoth, just probably our best thing to do on 3. Hopefully we get a 2-drop. Not going to lose my mind if we don't. Yeah, unfortunately we drew 2 very situational cards, some more than others. I'm going to assume this is Control Mage, but I've seen some more aggressive mid-rangey mages. I've even seen some Item Mage in recent weeks. So let's see what we can find out in the first couple turns. Hoping it's not an aggressive style because he does have the ring and we don't have a 2, but we draw a 2, so that's good for us. Let's play it. And pass back.
Let's do this.
So again, we have potential blacksmith plays. I think I just like the Mammoth, though. Yeah, I think I like the Mammoth. He missed on that, which is pretty important for us. Mammoth face.
Your blood will spill.
He could be trying to hold Execute for Daggerfall. Maybe if he sees that I play a different 3-drop here, he'd be more inclined to just use the Execute on the Wardcrafter. Unlikely, unlikely. It's worth a shot, though. If only we had the ring here, that would be quite nice. We could just trade the Wardcrafter and go face with the Mammoth, play the Daggerfall Mage to set up a good potential trade next turn. Or if he tomes up, we can Shadow and Priest. Obviously, Shadow and Priesting this turn would be optimal, but we don't have that option available to us. I think it's fine. Either way, we're going to be a bit less Magicka efficient than we would want because 2 and 1 is not 4. It's a fine play, but we can wait, I think, a little bit longer. Let's do this. Hopefully not letting him get too good of a trade right off the bat. He doesn't have a Firebolt that we know of. Daggerfall is still, I think, probably going to get executed.
Let none defile our temple.
I am not complaining there. Oh wow, and our Blacksmith Blade's looking better. To hedge against cards like Immolating Blast and potentially Dawn's Wrath in upcoming turns, I'm going to do it like this. I think.
A strong arm is what you need.
Let's keep the Mammoth alive for a little bit longer at least. Gonna attack. Should be thinking about Ice Storm. Whether we plate the Mammoth or plate the Blacksmith, we are playing around Ice Storm to a degree because something will live. I think I'd rather it be Mammoth. Maybe force a Jab on it, which wouldn't be ideal for him. It's fine to do it now, I suppose. I wouldn't mind seeing an Ice Storm in the next couple turns. I think we have a good enough board to survive it anyway. And it would be nice to have a little bit more assurance in my Supreme Atromancer, which is really good against a lot of slow decks, but Control Mage is one of those decks that does have consistent answers to the card.
Looking to make a purchase?
A pretty weak turn. And we have Nogleave next turn. That's not bad. So one obvious potential play is Tome Daggerfall. I like it. We can just trade our own Daggerfall in. Tome in the right. We're really playing around... well, are we really playing around Ice Storm then? He could trade in an Ice Storm, but then we'd have the Daggerfall anyway. I think it's still fine. We could get another Tome of Alteration. I'm worried that we won't really have time to play it the next couple turns, although it wouldn't be bad to get multiple Tomes in the discard in case we top deck Master of Arms in the future. I am kind of liking this. Let's draw our card first. Attacking with that one first because we value it slightly higher. Not hitting Prophecies is a good sign. He can only trade with one of them, so if he is trying to set up for Ice Storm, this makes it difficult. The good thing about the way this game is going is that we're actually dealing a lot of damage without having to use some of our, more important creatures and combos that are in the deck. So things are looking very good for us. We're whittling him down to a point where he could actually just get burned out by cards like the Bolt and the Atromancer. So let's keep the Assault going, I think. Alright, Prophecy here could be a little bit of problems for us. He has a Javelin. I wonder where it'll go. Another Knight of the Hour, okay. Well, that makes my Nogleave seem a bit worse, because he can just simply double trade into it. But if I put it on the right, we could get wrecked by a Dawn's Wrath. Nothing short of Dawn's Wrath would really do anything to our board. And we would kill him next turn. I think we just put him on having Dawn's Wrath, and if he doesn't have Dawn's Wrath, which is usually a tech 1 of, sometimes a 2 of, it kind of just means he's going to lose. Theoretically, it is 11 plus 4 from our hand with the Lightning Bolt. And I would totally go for that if the opportunity presented itself. Ooh, it might actually happen. Foiled again. Playing it that fast tells me that he doesn't have a whole lot of options. Or maybe he had another Harpy in his hand and he was going to do those two with the ring. I feel like it's more likely he just didn't have a whole lot of options there. So we are just a little bit off of lethal. We could set up to kill him next turn if he doesn't have further heal. We could just Shadow Fin away the Shackle. Hit for 11. Unfortunately, without 9 Magicka, we can't actually play the Lightning Bolt this turn, but we do have Lightning Bolt and Necromancer for the future, so I think it's going to be fine. We can just keep developing in this lane. Yeah, I'm going to silence this, and then I'm going to equip it with a Tome of Alteration. Might as well push that extra damage. We are in no way at risk of losing the game this turn at the very least. We are at 30 and feeling good about life. We did give him a lot of potential prophecy chances there. So at this point his main concern is just going to be clearing my board. I don't think he has time to heal, even if he did have a card that would enable him to. And I think that means we can simply close out the game with a Lightning Bolt, or the Atromancer if we want to do it in style. Still not even completely sure if he can clear the board in the first place. An unfavored wild, all the value that we're just getting right now, and none of it really matters. He knows.
It has been an engaging hunt.
So that is some item sorcerer on the ladder, guys. As you can see, it's still a very powerful deck. The curving out strategy still works very well against slower opponents. And the value you get from these items, even early game, sometimes means you don't even need to go into the late game and do those crazy Gardener of Swords, Master of Arms combos. But yeah, I'm liking the plates now, liking the Atromancers for the time being. When I wasn't playing plates, I was even considering going down to 2 copies of the Gardener of Swords because of the inconsistencies I was having in the draw. But I recommend this build. I think it works very well. Like I said, the Palace Conspirators are in here as a sort of a way to, you know, make the draws even more consistent. But if you don't have them, that's not really a problem. I would just simply go up to 3 copies of Enchanted Plate and maybe a tech card in the extra slot, depending on what you're playing as. Maybe some other thing for the late game, an Ice Storm if you're playing against aggro a lot. There's a lot of different options you could play in this deck. Dress Renegade was a good option for a while. But yeah, feel free to leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. As always, this channel's here for you. Feel free to stay subscribed to the channel for more strategy content and followed to the stream in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time.